the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Okay, ready?
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
7 yards there and a first down. They run with Sanders off the option. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Young. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
A 2nd down throw for Young. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Young will set to throw. And connecting here with D.J. Shark. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On the counter now with Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Young. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Got it?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Young. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Their second drive with the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
The tackle by Jeremy Chin. A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
Cousins to throw for it on 4. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Saints first down.
Good route here.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action now. Cousins. And this one's incomplete.
The Saints at 2-6 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Cousins.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go with Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw there, complete to Hamler. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
is on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers will get the football back. And they'll send the slot in motion left. It's Young on 1st down.
This is Shenault on the receiving end.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Young to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Young's throw taken in by Chark.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Okay, right?
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Young. Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Saints nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
It's a loss of a yard. It's 3rd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
17.
1st and 10, Young. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Cousins on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Panthers 24. Saints nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They go play action. Cousins. And he's he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because they're...
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football.
Touchdown! Laviska Shenault from 6 yards away. And the Panthers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, Cousins. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, it's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41.
Here we go.
At their own 41-yard line.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Red, yellow. Six, mega.
Final play of the half, Young. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. To throw, Cousins.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Cousins. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins.
And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
Finding Moore on the out route for the completion.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Cousins again. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
48 yards.
And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, we're good, we're good. Two. Breaker on the off. First.
Cousins will try and throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've
got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. An option handoff given to Sanders. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
10 cycles. Ultra. Trouble, 38. Ready?
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Blue striker.
Young on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Laviska Shenault with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Panthers extend their lead yet again. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That'll give them 8 that time. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Looking to throw, Young. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
1st down, Panthers.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Chark from 13 yards out. And the Panthers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Saints 8.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins. And now here is another interception. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
It's second and 8.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Young to throw it this time. He's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go set.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
By Marcus May.
Right. 97.
Tackles back at the 26-yard line.
Ready?
Now on 2nd and 13. Young. Connection made with Shenault. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Green. White.
Young will set to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Laviska Shenault. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
His kick is
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
at their own 17-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
At the 49-yard line.
And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And 15.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Ready?
3rd and long for Young.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Cousins now.
This pass caught by Hamler.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Cousins on 1st down. And now here is another interception.
And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And Young's going to throw it here. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you know, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
And he will find his man, Samuel. A big play there for Carolina. 44 yards. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
66, Saints 8.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. First down, here's Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well,